स्मार्ट हो रहा है इंडिया, जैसे इंडिया में बना एलिस्टा स्मार्ट एलईडी टीवी विद वर्ल्ड क्लास क्लैरिटी एंड अमेजिंग फीचर्स।
First of all, sir, welcome to the show. I'll start with one important question. How were the nerves like in the last 5 years in the match against Gujarat Giants?
No, I wasn't nervous. We were pretty much out of the game, so you're almost starting to think about what to talk about at the end of the game, how to debrief with the players, and you think there's more than likely, the chances are that you're not going to pull it off. But it was an amazing turnaround. Grace played unbelievably well, incredibly well supported by Sophie. Very important that her partner was also able to score at the rate that she did. So that partnership was an unbelievable partnership for us, and we got over the line, which was nice, because I think overall we probably didn't play our best cricket. We probably played at about 80% of our best, so I think there's a lot more to come from the UP Warriorz.
Also, at the same time, did the brief to the players had to be changed on a really short notice, given how the last 5 overs changed it?
No, Grace knows her role. That's exactly why she's in the team. We had some really interesting selection calls to make before we put our first team out on the pitch. And Grace was there to do that job. She's an incredibly powerful hitter, and what I saw last night, she's an incredibly intelligent hitter as well. So she used all of her skills, but all of her brain as well, to make sure that we were still in the game right at the end of the game. And you saw when the pressure came on, she was the one that actually kept her calm, and she was really clear about what she was doing, even to the point that she was able to review balls that were just outside the wide line, and by a very small margin as well. So you could see there a player that was really inside, thinking very clearly, but also really expressive outside as well. So that was a really fascinating insight into her, actually. I thought she was incredible. Also,
the Indian audience had seen Kiran Navgire in the Women's T20 Challenge. One of her knocks was what got the tournament a bigger attention yesterday. Not the hitting part, but very mature innings from her. And how do you rate her batting, Kiran's batting from yesterday?
Yeah, I agree with you. She played a very mature innings. It's obvious to see her power. That she's got some obvious power. Her ability to, again, stay calm in a situation where our backs were to the wall. And I think that was something that stood out for us yesterday. We got into a situation where we lost wickets early, but our players stayed calm and actually took the game deep, and she played a big part in that. And I thought her innings was really, again, well calculated. She took the right options at the right time. And, I think for all our Indian players, yesterday was a huge day. In fact, for all our players, yesterday was a huge day. But the Indian players in particular that were new to that competition and new to that level of scrutiny, there was a few nerves flying around. So, that's natural. That's always going to happen. And I think we're going to perform better through this tournament now that first game's out of the way.
Also, speaking about the Indian players and having in a new competition, UP is one of those teams that has given opportunity to many of the under-19 stars of India's World Cup victory. Shweta was the one who opened the batting with Alyssa Healy yesterday. She said this before, she always wanted to do that, she always wanted to learn from the best. How do you think when it came to the decision of picking up the under-19 players, how was that thinking in the think tank like?
We just wanted the best players.
Yeah.
We didn't think about their age. We wanted the best players, and we see a lot of talent in Shweta, and I think she's got a really big future in the game. So our job is not only to give her opportunity, but to help her develop her as a cricketer. So I'm excited for her. She's just got to buckle up and enjoy the ride now. She'll perform as well as she can in this tournament, but we've invested in her for the long term. So there's a lot of talent there, and as you saw at the under-19 World Cup, I think there's a lot more to come from her. But again, she would have been really nervous yesterday. But you know, it's a big day for her. But I think there's a lot more really good performances to come from her because she's incredibly talented.
Yeah. Also, her sister was in the stands, completely happy with what she achieved, and they've seen all of seen her grow. The India had seen her in the Under-19 World Cup, and along with her, UP has someone like Parshavi, Chopra, one of the stars, and Yashashree, who was also part of the squad in the Under-19 World Cup. A word on Parshavi and Yashashree.
Parshavi is a very talented leg spinner. Really talented. You know. She will develop from the experience of being in this tournament, as will I'm rubbish with names, sorry. I'm getting to know everyone.
Yes,
I'm going to call her Yashi here. That's
That's her name on the jersey in the World Cup, so completely,
So I'm going to call her Yashi, and I've been really impressed with her. Obviously, as a fast bowling coach myself, we've got two very experienced fast bowling coaches on our staff, myself and Alyssa Healy, and we've both been really impressed with her. I think she'll play a part in the tournament at some stage. She's obviously got she's probably got the best fast bowler in the world in Shabneen Ismail to learn from, and Lauren Bell's a developing star as well. So she's there with a group of fast bowlers that she can look, she can learn, she can watch, and she can grow. So the franchise is obviously really keen to win now, but also really keen to develop in the future as well. So to grow the UP Warriorz over the next 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 years.
Yes. Also, Alyssa Healy as a leader, there's been a lot of understanding of her as a leader when she came to India in the absence of Meg Lanning. It was a really tough series for Australia as well in these conditions. They won it, the regular vice captain now after Rachel Haines's retirement. She's won WBBL as a captain as well in WBBL 02. How would she helped we have got a little time since she's come back from the World Cup, but how important do you think her role is, especially for the budding cricketers?
Well, she's got a huge role to play, you know, not only in captaining the team, but keeping everyone calm. As you could see last night, she was trying to keep people calm from 85 yards, and Grace was clearly pretty calm on the field. So, you know, her role is very much and it's a very tricky thing to do, to come in and captain new people. And the first game is, you know, without seeing the players practice that much. The girls arrived pretty late from the World Cup. They obviously had a brilliant World Cup, and they arrived really late. So she's come in. We're moving fast into the tournament, and she's having to learn quickly about the people around her. So the best captains, in my experience, are the people who are good with people, and Midge has got a really nice manner about how she goes about her business. She can be direct when she needs to be, but also be really supportive and empathetic as well. So, you know, there's a really good person there, and I think we've chosen a leader that can help grow other leaders in our team.
But at the same time, now when we look at the roster, the names, you talked about Shabnam, Lauren, you have Talia Magra, Grace Harris, Alyssa Healy, and the domestic talent. Do you think UP is the team that has a problem of plenty when it comes to selecting the playing 11?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's the whole lesson, yes.
No, in all seriousness, yeah, my job's really tricky, but that's what I'm here to do. I have to make decisions about which players suit playing against which teams best, and then you have to balance matchups versus form.
Yeah.
You know, that's the tricky thing. So actually, where are players at? Because like we've talked about, the schedule is pretty intense. It's pretty fast. So can players cope with playing all the games, or do players need not necessarily a physical rest but a mental rest? You know, and then how can we use our bench? And when can we use our bench? And when is the right time to use our bench and bring in players, especially who we know can impact the game because they're world-class cricketers.
Yes.
You know, so I'm very, very fortunate with the squad that I have. I've got a really nice balanced squad that can perform, I think, across all different conditions. So I'm really looking forward to the rest of the tournament.
स्मार्ट हो रहा है इंडिया, जैसे इंडिया में बना एलिस्टा स्मार्ट LED TV with world class clarity and amazing features.